Parents, how did the system fail your child? My daughter came home from her new high school excited. Dad, I made the debate team. Coach says I'm a natural. Nomi had always been shy, so this was huge. For weeks, she practiced arguments at dinner, getting more confident each day. She'd stand by the Kit Pharaoh counter, gesturing wildly while explaining why the school dress code was unconstitutional. My quiet girl was finally finding her voice. Then everything changed. It started small. She stopped talking about debate, started making excuses not to go to practice. My throat hurts. I have too much homework. When I asked why, she just shrugged. It's whatever. The transformation was heartbreaking. The confident girl who'd been arguing with me about curfew was back to barely speaking above a whisper. One evening, I found her crying over her laptop. On the screen was a group chat from her debate team called Tournament Prep. The messages made my blood boil. Nomi's arguments are so cringe. Why does she even try? She sounds like she's reading from a children's book. Coach only keeps her because her dad donates to the school. I'd never donated a penny to that school. But the worst part? Coach Danvers was actively participating. Let's be constructive here, team, but Nomi does need to step up her game significantly. Her delivery lacks the sophistication we need for regionals. I scrolled up. Weeks of this. Screenshot after screenshot of targeted harassment disguised as team feedback. My daughter being torn apart by her peers while the adult in charge cheered them on. The next message destroyed me. Maybe Nomi should consider JV debate instead. Varsity might be too advanced for her current skill level. Nomi had replied, "You're right. I'll talk to coach about moving down." My hands were shaking. This explained everything. The sudden loss of confidence, the quiet dinners, the way she flinched whenever I asked about school. I kept reading. There were voice messages too. I clicked play and heard Coach Danvers' voice. "Nomi, your last practice round was frankly embarrassing. Jessa demolished you because you're not thinking at a varsity level yet." Another voice message. "The team voted, and we think you should sit out the next tournament. You're not ready to represent our school." I screenshotted everything and printed it all out. 37 pages of systematic psychological abuse disguised as coaching. I marched to Principal Keating's office first thing the next morning, manila folder in hand. "Mr. Thorne, I had no idea," she said, scrolling through the evidence. "This is completely unacceptable." Turns out this wasn't Coach Danvers' first rodeo. She'd been doing this for years. Recruit promising students, then systematically destroy their confidence to build up her favorites, usually kids whose parents were major donors or school board members. Nomi wasn't her first victim. The principal showed me 3 other complaints from the past 2 years. Kids who'd quit debate, developed anxiety, even transferred schools. "Why wasn't this stopped?" I demanded. "Coach Danvers brings home trophies," the principal admitted. "The school board has been hesitant to take action. She's coached 2 state champions." When confronted, Coach Danvers had the audacity to defend herself. "Debate is about thick skin, Mr. Thorne. I was toughening Nomi up for the real world. These kids need to learn that not everyone gets a participation trophy." She was fired within the week, but only after I threatened to take the screenshots to the local news. Nomi transferred schools mid-semester. Their debate coach, Mrs. Pharaoh, actually cared about building students up instead of breaking them down. She worked with Nomi one-on-one, rebuilding her confidence word by word. Last month, Nomi won the state championship in varsity debate. Her topic? How institutional authority figures can psychologically damage the students they're meant to protect. She dedicated the victory to every kid who was told they weren't good enough by someone who was supposed to believe in them. Sometimes the people supposed to build our kids up are the very ones tearing them down.